A major tech company just let AI secretly read your private emails? That is the exact question at the absolute center of a massive proposed class action lawsuit filed in California in October 2025. This case, the Tilly v. Google LLC, alleges that on October 10th, Google quietly changed its Gemini AI smart features across Gmail, Chat, and Meet. According to the complaint, these features were just automatically switched to be enabled by default. The lawsuit claims this change allowed their AI to begin scanning the private communications of 1.8 billion accounts. And here's the real kicker. They allege this was done without explicit user consent, which, if true, would be a direct violation of the California Invasion of Privacy Act. Now, privacy researchers are calling this the two-tiered privacy problem, and it's pretty wild when you look at how it breaks down. See, if you live in the European Union, the UK, Japan, or Switzerland, you've got some incredibly strong privacy laws protecting you. In those regions, these AI features, totally disabled by default. The companies are literally forced to get your explicit opt-in consent before they can process your personal data. But for users in the United States and, well, the rest of the world, you were allegedly opted in automatically. Yep, completely automatic. To actually stop it, you're required to go hunting through hidden, buried settings just to opt out.
So, what kind of data are we actually talking about here? Are we just talking about spam and newsletters? Well, the lawsuit claims Gemini is accessing way more than just your casual email text. We're talking about financial records, banking info, medical and health-related communications, even employment details and your political or religious affiliations, family member identities, your shopping habits, exercise patterns, you name it. The core of this complaint states that this data doesn't just sit idly in your inbox gathering dust. Instead, the AI is allegedly using your message content, your metadata, and your overall communication patterns to actively build these comprehensive, super detailed behavioral profiles of you. Now, to be totally fair and report on this impartially, we absolutely have to look at the response from the other side. A Google spokesperson has called these reports misleading and stated flatly, quote, "We do not use your Gmail content to train our Gemini AI model," end quote. They insist that absolutely no settings were secretly changed, but the lawsuit presents a really specific counterargument to this. They argue there's this critical legal distinction between using data to train a massive global AI model versus using AI to silently analyze private communications just to build individual user profiles. According to the plaintiffs, even if your data isn't training the global Gemini model, the mere act of unauthorized scanning still violates privacy laws. And honestly, this all builds into a much broader technological root of the problem. This explainer isn't just about one single lawsuit. It's really about centralized servers and this grand illusion of privacy we've all kind of bought into. You see, standard free accounts on platforms like Google Docs and Gmail, they are not end-to-end encrypted for free users. So what does that actually mean for you? It means your intellectual work, your private thoughts, your late-night drafts. They are tied directly to Google's servers. They're processed for search indexing and subjected to these totally opaque terms of service that allow the company to use your data to, quote-unquote, improve services. To really wrap our heads around this, we need to quickly define true end-to-end encryption, or E2EE. Basically, this is a secure communication process that encrypts your data directly on your device before it is ever sent out over the internet. This ensures that only you, the sender, and your intended recipient actually hold the keys to decrypt it. So the absolute most crucial point is this. If your service provider holds the encryption keys on their server, your data is not truly private. No matter what the marketing says, they still have the mathematical ability to unlock it. So how does data encryption actually work to protect your privacy? It's a really vital question. Let's take a quick step away from the immediate legal threats for a second and look at a technical breakdown of cryptographic security. And we're drawing this directly from the official guidelines laid out by the Information Commissioner's Office. Okay, so our first method here is symmetric encryption. Think of this exactly like a physical padlock and a physical key. You use a single, secret key to lock your plain text data, turning it into this scrambled, totally unreadable ciphertext. To read it again, you just use that exact same key to unlock it. It's incredibly fast and it's effective. But there is a major catch. If you want to send that encrypted data to someone else, both of you must have that identical secret key. Securely sharing a single key across the internet is frankly incredibly difficult. And if it gets intercepted along the way, well, your privacy is completely compromised. Now contrast that with asymmetric encryption. This is just a brilliant mathematical solution. Instead of one single key, you actually have a pair, a public key and a private key. Now, anyone in the world can use your widely shared public key to lock or encrypt a message that's meant for you. But, and honestly, this is the genius part, That public key cannot unlock it. No way. Only the strictly protected private key, which you keep securely locked away to yourself, can decrypt the data. This drastically reduces the risk of unauthorized server access, simply because you never have to share the unlocking key with anyone, not even your cloud provider. Which brings us to a pretty sobering realization from the source material we're looking at today. It says, once your words are stored on Google's servers, they are no longer exclusively yours. It's heavy, right? Without holding your own private asymmetric encryption keys, utilizing free centralized cloud platforms means exposing your data to total server dependence. By default, you are essentially allowing your data to be ingested and analyzed. It's kind of the ultimate hidden cost of free software. But listen, you aren't powerless here. There are immediate, highly actionable steps you can take right now to disable this workspace integration. First up, open Gmail on your desktop and click that little gear icon in the corner. Then click See All Settings. Now make sure you're in the General tab and scroll down until you find the Smart Features section. You're going to want to uncheck the box that says Turn on Smart Features. Finally, right below that, find the Google Workspace Smart Features setting, disable that as well, and don't forget to save your changes. Now, I do have to warn you, the sources note that opting out of this data collection intentionally breaks genuinely useful features, like Smart Compose and automatic email categorization. Securing your privacy can be, well, intentionally painful sometimes.
Now, if you want to go a step further and just reclaim your data entirely from the big tech ecosystem, you can actually use the Google Takeout export tool. It's pretty straightforward. Simply log into your account, navigate over to Data and Privacy, and then select Download Your Data. From there, you can choose exactly what you want to export, everything from Drive files to years of emails, and it packages the whole shebang into a zip file of up to 50 gigabytes. This perfectly paves the way for migrating your digital life over to secure, privacy-first alternatives.
So, what do those alternatives actually look like? Well, standard big tech platforms offer server-side encryption, meaning they hold the keys and they analyze your data for AI. Privacy-first alternatives, however, are built entirely differently from the ground up. They use true end-to-end encryption alongside local or peer-to-peer storage. In this zero-knowledge environment, you and only you hold the decryption keys. It's a complete game changer. True privacy is literally built right into the architecture itself, rather than just being promised to you in some dense 5,000-word privacy policy that nobody actually reads. If you're looking to actually make that switch, the source materials highlight several specific, thoroughly vetted alternatives. There's Proton Drive, where files are fully encrypted on your device before they even touch the network. For writing, you've got Gdocs, which is an end-to-end encrypted document editor that acts as a fantastic secure alternative to Google Docs. For your bulk storage needs, Mega provides zero-knowledge cloud storage with really robust encryption and a super easy migration process. And to protect your current inbox right away, browser extensions like Gblock automatically detect and block those invisible tracking spy pixels that marketers love to use to build profiles on your behavior. All of this leaves us with one final, incredibly important thought to ponder. If the product you're using is entirely free, what is the true price of your convenience? We are living through a massive, unprecedented technological shift right now. AI-assisted tools are offering us incredible ease of use, but the currency paying for that ease is your fundamental right to digital privacy. The choice of how much you are willing to trade away is ultimately yours to make. But the first step, as always, is